In this screencast, I'm going to show you a couple of tools for recording video calls in Skype. Okay, so I'm in a Skype call at the moment. Yeah, I've just got another camera set up here right next to me, just looking at a couple of fish there, just for something interesting on the screen. And that's obviously me on this end, down in the corner. Now I wanted just to walk you through a couple of these tools. We're going to have a look at Pamela, and we're also going to have a look at something called Evaer, which is this icon here. Both will record for free, but there's a limitation on how many minutes. So let's just have a little review of exactly what those limitations are. Over here we've got Evaer's terms. The purchase license allows you to record 5 minutes for free, and you can then access those files. You have full control over whether you want to set the resolution high or low. We'll have a look at some of those options in a minute. But for $19.95 US, you can actually buy that license and then start to use it for longer form, maybe interviews, things like that. Pamela is slightly different. We'll have a look at their settings. The product that you would probably want to use from an academic point of view is the call recorder. And you can see down the bottom there, there's two versions of this. 15 minutes for the free version. That's 15 minutes audio, but only 5 minutes for a video. And if you want to remove that limitation, it's $22.45. So they're roughly around the same price. The important thing about these is that it will allow you to record a video file. It will allow you to adjust the resolution according to the type of call quality you want to record, because your system requirements may be a limitation as well. And it gives you the ability to access that file so you can put it into, cut it into another video if you so choose. Okay, let's have a look at some of the options. So very simply how it works is you start the Skype call. So we're in a Skype call at the moment, and then you'd press record. But let's have a look at some of the tools and the options. So you can see you got some general options. You can have a text reply option. You can decide whether you'd like Pamela for Skype to open up straight away. So generally you can warn the caller on the other end, and you can choose how it reacts inbound and outbound, and where you'd like to store those recordings. Typically it might be on the desktop or in a recordings folder. Here's where you get to choose the quality of the call. So at the moment it's set to capture at 10 frames per second, but you might prefer to have it at a higher rate. At a lower rate, just to make a smaller file size. And you can also change the size of the image, so you can go down as low as 322/40, which is quite low. And that will also mean that if you're recording a long Skype call, then it will also mean that you can record for longer with a smaller file. Down in the advanced section, you've got some other ways to manage the sound quality, so you can change to the input device and the output device. At the moment, output device is my headphones, so I'd obviously like to change that to the microphone headset I'm wearing as well. And you can check there to automatically copy the settings from Skype. If you're recording just the audio, you can change here from MP3 to WMA or a WAV file, whichever you prefer, and also how highly compressed that is. Okay, so that's Pamela, and it's available at pamela.biz. I'll just click yes to that, and I'll just minimize. Let's also have a look at Evaer. Very similar. You can see here there's some previous recordings, and you can see there's a little monitor, so that's bouncing up and down with the sound of my voice. Here's the tools, options, settings, and again you've got some control over what it does when you start up Skype and your recording settings. Would you like to record side by side, local webcam only, remote webcam only, or none, which means audio only. What type of MP3 would you like to export it as if you want to have separate files, and then there's some advanced settings there. And back in the recording settings, you can choose different codecs as well. The one that's recommended is MP4 and either XVID MPEG-4 codec or H.264 MPEG-4 AVC codec. That just means that you're going to be able to compress, the file will be compressed on the fly as you're recording, and it'll mean it's manageable for you to send straight away or play straight away in a player. You can choose what size to record at, so you can see it goes all the way up to high definition widescreen, or you can choose self-adaptive, which means it will change according to your window size. Here you can choose where to save, where to record, both sides, only your side, or only the remote side. And then once again, where would you like to save the files? So pretty simple settings, and they're all really about the call quality and what the software does when Skype starts up and when you begin